Yes. No. First question. How do we see the good in others when they are negative in their words and their actions? Well, we know one thing that we teach at Science of Mind, and it's very simply this, is that thoughts are things. But when we go before that, we understand that everything is God in expression, that there's an infinite power, there's an infinite presence that is everywhere, and that we are at the core of who we are. That's what we would call the soul. There is a soul that is present in everyone. The mind of God at a level is present in everyone. So that essence is always there. So as we understand that that essence is there, we also understand that we have been given freedom. We have been given freedom to choose and to use that mind, that power in everything that we do, which means that no one in the world is supposed to be doing it the way we want to do it. So we may have children and they may be responding in a way that is not the way we want them, and yet they're freely choosing at that time. And you see, that is their God-given birthright. And as we talk about this, our purpose is to know that underneath that is God in expression. I think the key thing that has to come into our mind is that we have to get over the illusion that there's a God that's an infinite being out there that is judging us and judging everyone for how they are acting. You see, there's not a God judging. There is an automatic effect with every cause. And when we understand that when someone does something, they receive an automatic effect, there's no reason for us to judge them anymore, because the law is always working, and they will draw into their life the experience that the thought or the actions that they put out there's come in. So when my wife would do something that was not what I would approve of, I didn't have to judge that, because the law is always working. So what I'm able to do is to see her as a fully functioning individualization of God and know that the power will draw her to itself. Because one of the things that I understand about God, it's so within us that it's always pulling us forth to create. If it's always pulling us forth to create, then what I know is I don't have to worry about how someone's living their life right now, because there's something in them that's going to bring them to a higher understanding, a higher realization. It's going to draw them home. It's going to draw them back to the oneness. That could happen today. That could happen tomorrow. That could happen a month from now, a year from now. It may happen on the deathbed, but it will do it. But see, here's the thing. We only get concerned about others in that respect when we believe that we're not one with God and we believe that we're not eternal. The second we understand that as the individualization of God that we are eternal beings, we can be in the now with no worry about the past and no worry about the future. My past, present, and future all exist at the same time. What affects change? Can we change the past from the present? There is only the now. The now that we are is the experiences of the past, the thoughts of the past, and everything brought to this present moment. The future is something we think about that's going to happen. So we, in our linear minds, have gone and we've created 3 separate identities of where time is. We have created linear form, or linear time, linear space. And so we always say, well, the past is there, and we take that past and we drag it with us wherever we go. We take all the burdens, all the hurts, all the pains, all the pleasures, and we're pulling it behind us. And as it's pulling behind us, we see this dream out there that we want to be. And so we're dragging this big old ball of chain. We're reaching for this dream while that ball and chain is pulling us back to the past. And we're saying how we're going to get there. We don't seem to be going anywhere. It's because we've forgotten the essence of where we are, and the only place we ever live is now. We can't live in the past. We can't live in the future. If someone did something to us yesterday, and we're focusing on it today, are we living in the present? Have we taken ourselves out of the connection with God? Yes. Because the only way you can know God, the only way that we can experience God, the only way we can know love, to know joy, to know peace, is to be right here, in this very moment. And in this moment, when we release our attachment to the past, we stop thinking about the future, we are in a place where we are peaceful, we are loving, we are joyful. So here's the key. People say, so how can I have a better experience tomorrow? Why are we worrying about that? Have the experience now. That doesn't mean you can't set an intent for tomorrow. So my intent is always for more joy. My intent is always to experience more love. My intent is always to live in health. My intent is always to be abundant, to be free, to do whatever I want, when I want, how I want to do it. Those are my intentions. My intent is always to be in harmony with others. Now, how can I have that tomorrow? Well, that's very simple. Be it now. You see, we get caught up in the idea that we have to have this physical demonstration in order to have the experience. And we've got it backwards. The physical experience will not happen until we've had the emotional experience. And the idea is all we ever want is the emotional experience. If you're looking for a new BMW, the only reason you want the BMW is because you believe it will make you feel a certain way when you drive it. If you want to have a certain type of partner, the only reason you want a certain type of partner is because you will believe that will make you feel a certain way. You want better health, it's because it's going to make you feel a certain way. I challenge you to feel that way first. And as you build that feeling, everything that you desire will automatically come into your life. It's law. It must happen.